How about now? Can we hear now? It's not blinking at me anymore. Yay! So I had the mic on, but I had my phone charging and I didn't plug in the receiver, and I guess it cut off. So anyway, hi everyone. Thanks for joining. Hey Melissa. I'm just clipping the band on a hoodie for Chloe that I was finishing up. It will make, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This will make my 5th summit that I made since last Sunday's live. I made myself another one that same night, and then I made Emily a matching one the next night. She was super stoked. Your last Sunday until May. Oh no, Beth. Well, then you better bust out that serger, girlfriend. But anyway, and then I had to make a zipper one because that's an option in the pattern too. So that's the one that I am wearing. I won't unzip it since it's clipped next to the microphone, but it has the hood and I lined it and I used the kitties. Melissa, if you can make them for your son, you can make them for yourself. So it gives a dopamine hit for sure because they come together quicker, or at least clothes, in my opinion, come together quicker than bag making. So you get that instant satisfaction that a lot of us crave. Look at the Gabriella off to the side. Yeah. My Gabriella peeping. I showed it on a live, Rhea. I don't know. This is the one that has the rhinestone whiskers. And I used the waterproof cotton that is in the kit. Typically, well, used to, I could find that I could get, like for Emily, I could make myself something and then I had enough left over to make her something out of the same fabric. Now that she's almost the same size as me, it's kind of hard, but we're getting there. But what was really fun about the matching hoodies that I made for me and Emily is I was able to, I had ordered 2 child panels and I was able to use those for myself and her, and then use scraps of other fabrics that I had in my stash to create the rest of it, which was kind of cool. I like that I can do that and use up stuff that I have, as well as, make frugal use of things. And then this one that I'm making for Chloe, when I got the child panels for me and Emily, I got an adult panel for Chloe. Has horses on it. It says, "Just a girl who loves horses." So she's obsessed. And then my oldest is in love with Scooby-Doo. And so I got a Scooby panel and I have hers cut out. Hey, Lauren. Yeah, so the panels, I got the 2 Marie panels and this horse panel, and the Scooby panel that I cut for Lily's is from Whimsical Fabric, and it was part of their retail and they were on sale. and I think I got all 4 panels for like 20 bucks or something. And on Chloe's and Lily's, since they were adult panels, I was able to get enough from the panel, not only for the center front of the shirt, but the bottom band, as well as the cuffs for the sleeves, so it ties in that panel fabric. So that was fun. So I'll finish that later. Now that I have made 5 of them, they come together pretty quick. Oops. I don't know how to make that be where it's better, but anyway. So today's pattern is the Homecoming hoodie from Patterns for Pirates. I actually tested this pattern for them when it released. I think it was last fall. In a couple of my earlier Sunday videos, I was wearing a crop version that I made, and I had put rhinestone leaves on it. But I had gotten this, I call it like it reminds me of like a sweatshirt fleece, but it's very soft and cuddly. It just feels like butter, if butter were clothing and not greasy. It's so soft. But I had gotten this on clearance at Joann, and then I sublimated on the front of it, and it came out so good. After I got my sublimation printer working, which I was so mad yesterday because I come out here for like 3 hours and all I did was mess with the printer. And I tested the material with like a scrap after I had cut out my pattern to make sure. Thanks, Ria. To make sure I could sublimate on it, but I was pretty sure I could because I always look at the like fiber content to know what the material is. But I had gotten like 3 yards of this on clearance at my Joann. And I have enough left. I think I'm going to make me a pair of like jogger pants to go with it. So I thought the cat paws were real cute. So that is my front panel. And then I have 2 sleeves and a back. And then we have cuffs for our sleeves. Since I'm so tall, I like, well, number one, I like doing cuffs because then you don't have to hem. But if I don't do cuffs, I have to lengthen the sleeve to make sure that it's so long, because you can see this is, I didn't add any length to this, and this is with the cuff. So if I hadn't added the cuff, then, which I know I'm holding my arm out, but the sleeve length hemmed would have hit like right here, which is a little bit higher than 3/4. So that's one of the reasons why I like to do cuffs for me. Plus, you don't have to hem. You can just do it all on the serger. And then, and sometimes I will still even make my cuffs wider so that it is longer. But cuffs. And then I have 2 pieces for my bands, and then my cowl neck for my, instead of the hood. So for the pattern, there are a couple of options, because you can do just a neckband and band sleeves, or you can do long sleeves or short sleeves, and then cuffs or no cuffs. But there's a crop length, a hip length, a mini length, and then there's a dress length. So we're going to do the hip length today. You have T-Rex arms? Yeah. So when I made Emily's Summit, I actually used the women's pattern. I just took her measurements and she fit into the smallest size of the women's pattern. The only difference for her is on the pattern in the middle of the page, it had a line across it where you could cut it apart to add length or take up length. And I took out 2 inches of the length from like here to here. And then on the sleeves, I took out also 2 inches because I added cuffs to hers as well. And I knew with the cuffs, it would be too long on her. So that's one thing about sewing for yourself. You can customize to yourself. Because even when I cut this pattern out, I cut the large because that's the size that I fall into on their chart for upper bust and bust. But then I grade down to a medium for the waist and then even smaller to the hips. So just under a medium for the hips because I don't have any hips. My waist measurement and my hip measurement are almost the same. I'm very straight once it gets past that. So you don't even know what kind of arms you have. So, Beth, there's an article, I think it's in the P4P blog. It talks about like grading for your body type and how every pattern company is different. But it talks about how to grade for your body type and how they write their patterns, like what height it's based off of, and the side seam measurement. So, like if you measure from the armpit to the top of your hip bone, like what is that measurement? And most people have the same measurement, but a lot of people, especially like my brother is 6'4". Our pant inseam length is the same. And when we're standing side by side, the top of my hips and the top of his hips are the same, but he's still 5 inches taller than me because you can see that from like his hip to here, he's very long. So if I were to make something for him, I would need to add length there. Where, like for Emily, she's not as long as an adult would be from here to here. So I took out length, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Very boring. Very boring. Is that a type? No curves where there should be curves, built curves where there shouldn't be. Oh, Beth. Well, that's the beauty of sewing for yourself. You can create clothes that fit the curves, that fit the no curves, and then it'll look like you do have curves. So we'll get started, and I'll turn the camera to where y'all can see the serger. And let's see. You should, when I slide, yep, still be able to see me. And all we're going to do is take our back piece right side up and lay our front piece right side down. And I'm going to clip my shoulders together. I feel like once you have made a couple of clothing patterns. They generally all come together the same. Elizabeth, you have too many curves. They all pretty much come together, I feel like, the same way. Typically, you start with attaching the shoulders, and then most patterns will have you attach whatever is going on the neck. Hey, Nikki. Nikki hit 1,000 people in her group, y'all. Woo woo. You changed your mind. um, I was watching Gina from Thunderbird Handcrafted. She was live this morning. She was making the new pattern from Sarah Miriam. So, but yeah, I feel like most patterns start with the shoulder and then go to the neck. Then if you have anything, like if you have sleeves, you'll attach the sleeves and then sew the sides together. Which you can do it both ways. I've seen it to where it'll have you sew the side together, then attach the sleeve. In my opinion, it's easier to attach the sleeve and then sew all of it at once. I forgot to, well, let's see, get up under there. There we go. Forgot to put my do not disturb on, but the only people that call me are Chloe and Cat Dad, and he is in the house and he knows I'm live. So if he needs me, he'll just come out here. All right. So now that we have that, so this pattern has a cow neck hood, and it does have the option for like a drawstring, but I'm not really a fan of drawstrings anyway, and I don't have any, so I'm just gonna leave it off. But it does have this angle on the neck. So we're gonna stitch that. And then we'll turn it right. So I have right now, I have it wrong sides together, and then we'll stitch this, and then we'll fold it in half wrong sides together. So let's see. Nova has an event, so she's not going to the summit. But how awesome is it that Lauren completely sold out in under 12 hours, y'all? I know Ria's going to be traveling. Beth is teaching. Brittany's teaching. I'm teaching. Let's see. I am so excited. I know it's going to be awesome. I get to meet so many awesome people, and get to see people like Beth and Brittany and Lauren. Beth. So all I'm doing is clipping right sides together, or wrong sides together. Since my mic wasn't working, I don't know if you heard me, Nova. I was asking if you were enjoying your lazy Sunday or if you decided to do work. Buy a bus and do tours. Okay. So now that I have that all clipped together, I'm going to take where my seam is, and I just like to hold it up, and then I got that one pretty good. This bottom is my center, and then I'll match those two clips together and find my quarter mark over here. And I'm just going to move that clip over and then do the same thing on the other side. And that, look at that, that was perfect. This material is dreamy. That would probably be a better description than if butter were clothing. Your deep conditioning is a big thing. I bet it is. I washed and dried my hair this morning. I know y'all are so proud of me. And I actually went last week and got 2 inches cut off of it. And I can tell, but overall, I don't think anyone else can tell. It just feels thicker at the bottom, and I needed a cut. And the girl that cuts my hair has changed locations a couple times. And Chloe was with me when I got my hair cut. And she was like, "Mom, when's the last time you got your hair cut?" And I was like, "Honey, the last time Kayla cut it." And she was like, I said, "So probably like 8 or 9 months." And Kayla's like, "Was that at the old shop?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh, it was 13 months. That's how long it had been since I'd had a haircut." So I was definitely overdue. So, laundry day for Elizabeth. Since I sublimated on mine, obviously I know that this is my front, but even if I didn't, if I held it up, you can see the front is lower. So that tells me that this is my back. So I'm going to start by clipping the seam of my neckband onto the back so that those centers are in the right spot. And then I can come over to, and then I still clipped it on the front. I feel like hair washing day is a big deal no matter what. I'm like, I don't really want to, but then I feel better when I do, so. Ooh, waiting until spring, Nicole. I feel that too. How many of you saw my snow video that I posted as a short? I know Nicole did because she said that was like snow they get there. Yeah. So we ended up, I never did measure. We ended up getting about 5 to 6 inches. and then it ended up starting to melt, and we but then the temperature dropped and that froze. But the sun is out today, and I'm not sure what the temperature is, but it's definitely melting off today, and the roads are clear, so that's good. Because I have to go back to work tomorrow. So um So I'm just kind of easing my neckband into the neck of the opening after we sewed our shoulders together. And it's not quite a 1-to-1. You do have to kind of give it a little bit of a stretch. And that's why we do those quarter marks, so that you get uh, an even stretch, if that makes any sense. And you don't end up with bunching in one particular spot. Um, so this fabric actually has a pretty good amount of stretch. Snow short, yeah. It was I was like, snow shirt? I didn't have a snow shirt. What are you talking about? I lived in my PJs for about 48 hours. I'm not even gonna lie. I Me and Cat Dad laid around and watched some TV, and he made potato soup for dinner 2 nights ago, I think it was. And then I made taco soup for dinner last night. So we'll probably have one of those for dinner tonight. Um, I'm gonna tie my tacos. It was so funny because Rhea flew back from Orlando, and it took her like 24 hours to get home, and she had tacos yesterday, and then I think Brittany made tacos too. It was fun, and then I made taco soup. Packing orders. Oh, I can't wait to get mine. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so I'm gonna start at my neck, my band seam, or my hood seam, whatever you want to call it. Nikki, you had tacos last. It was taco day for everybody, apparently. And I just dumped a bunch of stuff together in the pot. I mean, I wouldn't even like. It was great. It was good too. It hit the spot. Cat Dad is finally feeling better. Negative 38C. Oh, wow. that's pretty cold, Nicole. Okay, because 0 C is 32 Fahrenheit, if I can remember correctly, which is freezing. That'd be crazy. Yeah, we don't typically get in the negatives here. We did have a couple of days where it was that cold last year, but not many. I've had this butter material for several for a couple weeks now, I guess. I got it well, it was before Christmas because I went last minute to buy flannel to make scarves with. And then that's when I got this cat. Um, but I got this too. And I've been like trying to figure out what I was going to make with it. You're heating. Yeah, we have one of those electric fireplaces in the bedroom. So we had it on. I had the heating pad on my feet. I had the kittens. And then I had my PJs on. It was great. At one point, I just showered and put on clean pajamas. So, the other day, I was trying to figure out what I was going to make today. And I was asking Beth, I was like, what do you want to see? And I was like, girl, break that serger out and make something. Okay. So now we have our neck on. We can move on to sleeves, which are over here. And she asked me what was the first thing that I made with my serger. So these sleeves are cut on the fold, and they have this little triangle up here, and that's just the center of your sleeve that you match up with the center of your seam. Right sides together. And the little triangle is gonna hang off. But she asked me what the first thing that I had made with my serger was, and I was like, oh, I don't even know. But I knew that I had a chat with my friend Aslan, because she was the one that convinced me I needed a serger in the first place, and I got it for myself for my birthday. I got a serger and a cover stitch at the same time for my birthday. And then I let them sit in the box for a year. And I had messaged her about something I was making, and I was using a twin needle on my regular domestic, and I was having issues, and she was like, this is why it benefits you to have a cover stitch. And I was like, I have one, it's just in the box. And she sent me a message back, and she was like, get it out of the box right now, I demand it. It will be life-changing and you will not regret it. And I said, okay, but be prepared for all the questions. And she's like, she sent me a gift back. It said, I have trained my whole life for this. But I got it out of the box, and I mean, it was pretty self-explanatory. And I feel like one of the things a lot of people, I feel or see in groups and chats and stuff, is that people say they struggle to thread it. But for me, it's got a color-coded guide that tells you the thread path on the front of the machine. And I was able to follow that color code and thread it with no problem. So, but if not, there are videos on YouTube. I don't have one. I should probably make one. You need to stop testing and striking. Yeah. But yeah, so the first thing that I made on my serger was the sweetheart dress from Patterns for Pirates. And like I said, she was right. It was life-changing. I didn't go back to making clothing on my domestic. The only thing I have made on my domestic since that day was um, that bat shirt that I made. And that's just because you can't really make it on a serger the way the pattern is written. So, I mean, you can most definitely make any pattern with a domestic machine as long as it has a zigzag stitch. And I did, and that was Beth was like, "So you were just awesome right out of the gate." And I was like, "No, girl. I had already been making knits or clothing from knits for 2 years before I started using my serger. So I know that it can be done because, like I said, I did it for 2 years. I feel like having the cover stitch just gives more of a professional finish, especially if you're going to make clothing to sell. But I don't think it's at all required. And then having a serger is just faster. The first item I made with a knit material was a pair of leggings for, it would have been Chloe. Chloe was a baby. I get, no, maybe was it Chloe or Emily? I don't even, it was Chloe or Emily, but it was a pair of, it was the petite pegs for one of either Chloe or Emily. I can't remember, but it was like a tiny size. And I mean, it's 2 legs and a waistband. So it's 3 pieces of material, very easy. It was the same when I made the outfit for Emily's baby doll, the petite pegs. That was the same pattern. I have not seen the new baby lock one, Elizabeth. Is that the one that's like air threading? I'm pretty sure that's the one Kira has, and she loves it. I have this one, and I've had it. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure I told Beth it was 2017 when no, it was not 2017. It was 2019, maybe. But so 2019 and it's 2024, so that's what, 7 years? 5 years. Let me math. So I've had these for 5 years, and I don't have any issue with them. Now my printer, on the other hand, I could throw that joker out the window. So I guess for what I do currently, I don't feel the need to upgrade. But definitely if I were sewing like clothing to sell, then I would probably think about getting like an industrial. But even then, I would probably still start with these. Okay. So all I did was sew down where I attached the sleeve to the shoulder, and that now gives us our sleeve. I was gonna wear the dress that I made on my serger, but it's too cold. I was like, I'll wear it one day for y'all to see, but I do want to make another one. It's on. I have like 5 patterns open, and Rhea was talking about how she wants to make um, one bag of all the patterns that she has that she's never made. And I was like, I have clothing patterns that I have owned for years that I have never sewn. I bought them with the intention of making them just like the Summit and not made them. So I'm going to start with those as inspiration for my Sunday videos. So I know Rhea and Beth have already made it. Did anybody get Brittany's new pattern yesterday? The Gabriella went on sale for public release. Brittany hit 14 years with her business. That's so exciting. And the monthly project kit sold out, so that was fun. I want to make M wants one. Ooh, white vinyl. That'll be cool. M wants a backpack version, and I want to make her like a reduced size one. I'm trying to decide how much smaller. No spending for Nicole until April. Hey, Molly. Yes, it is awesome. I think I want to make I mean, I love cats, but I think I want to make one that's not a cat, but I don't know um what I'm going to make it out of yet. But I want to make M a backpack style, and I don't know how much smaller. I'm trying to decide. I'm thinking maybe 75%. I bet 50% is tiny. I can't wait to see pictures. Um, but yeah, but I was thinking about making hers to match my purple one that I made when I was at the class at So Whatever Studios. Because I have another roll of wisteria, the purple glitter. Um, so I don't know. Trying to decide. I think 75% would be good for her. And then maybe I can make her she got money for Christmas. Maybe I could make her a matching mini vestibule wallet, and then I could make myself a full size vestibule. That'd be fun. Nicole, are you saving up for anything big since you put yourself on no spend until April? Okay. Oh, your daughter's wedding. Yeah. That's okay. So this seam here is where that triangle point was on our sleeve when we cut it out. And that made our sleeve. And then I folded that right side together. And then we just clipped from the cuff, let's see, the wrist basically, all the way down. This will make our armpit. And then that comes down into our side seam. So we're just going to stitch all the way down that. And then we'll repeat that for the other side. Yeah, I think that was Twyla that made the backpack version, and I'm pretty sure that's the leopard butter from Weft and Warp. And I don't have that color, but I have another color, and it's really cute. So I thought about making the non-cat version out of it, because that would be super super cute. I also have some purple butter. But do I need another purple purse? I also have some it's like it's called soft vinyl. I really like the material. I got it from a custom, but it was before I knew that Brittany was going to be running toe beans. But it's a different colorway than the one that Brittany has, and I have it on that soft vinyl, and I just think it would be really nice too. I'm trying really hard to use what I have. I used up several yards of knits making hoodies for myself and the girls. Um, so it's a work in progress. Although I did lose the no spend January. I ended up ordering some knits from Amanda's bundles the other day. I think it was like a week, maybe not quite a week ago. It was, yeah, it wasn't a week ago because it was like what day did it snow here? It snowed here Thursday. It was Thursday. A week ago. Because I get the text alerts and something had restocked, and then I was window shopping, and then I was like, oh, I need that. And then there it went. But I'm also doing really good compared to what I normally would be spending. And I want to save up to get me a cylinder arm. So Um, but I'm also like set a mini goal for myself to um, see if I can have 30 makes in January for the 30 days of January. I haven't been able to make something each day, but um, when I finish this one and Chloe's sweatshirt and the other sweatshirt that I have cut out for Lily, that'll put me at 11. And today's day 12, and I need to I'm going to try to record my tutorial for next weekend's marathon. It's already cut and prepped. I just need to record sewing it. So that'll put me at 12. And today's the 12th. But then I don't know what this week holds in terms of like how much time I'll get to sew stuff. Which, with it being cold, there's not any sport. Like, we're not doing any sports right now. So, we're not traveling anywhere. So, shipping strike is over. Fun. That's so good. I bet there's still like a really bad backlog though. Oh. Super bad bag long, which is to have it all shipped out. Yeah, I bet. Okay. So on my way home from work on Thursday, I stopped at the Dollar Tree. They also take a lot of my money to get Scotch tape for putting my patterns together, because I had like 20 boxes that Cat Dad had brought me from when he closed his office. And I've used all of it. Now, I think Emily helped me with some of it. But I did buy these Enabler Alert coming. It's the Valentine edition of the Nerds Gummy Clusters. My favorite is the blue ones, but these might be my new favorite. So, and they didn't even have Scotch tape. They were out, so I didn't get any. They are, Melissa. The blue, like, I like the pink ones, but you used to eat those too much. Yeah. If you want to eat healthy, I am not the person to talk to. And they, like, I have another bag somewhere else that's like half full that I've had for probably 3 months. So they last a long time, like for me, as long as I hide them from Emily. Okay, so for our bands, we have this rectangle piece, and we're going to fold the short edges right sides together for both. There should be 2 of them. And we're going to sew this edge. Cat Dad got me 2 bags of orange slices that was in my Christmas, and I've already eat both of them. I did eat the crap out of those. I think he helped though, but he's back on his healthy eating. Um, but he got a jump start from being sick. He's lost some weight, but he didn't eat for like 3 days. He just drank a lot of Gatorade. Um, so uh, him and Emily are about to start training for their 5K that they're going to do when we go to the summit in April. So after you sew the short edge, I just flatten this seam to one side and then fold it wrong sides together and pinch it right there. And then I'll put me a clip on that seam. And then I just flip this other side over and then smooth that out. And you can match up the edges. And now we have our cuff. And where these are 2 separate layers, we'll attach that to the wrist opening of our sleeve. Dropped 12 pounds when you didn't eat. Yeah, I think he ended up dropping about 15 pounds or so. But he was like going on the other day about how he had gained weight over the holidays and stuff and being well, he had been sick and had like gotten a steroid shot and that didn't help, and then now whatever he had this time around was not cool. I thought he had the flu. He was running a fever and stuff. He might have had COVID. We don't really know. He never did go to the doctor, but he's finally feeling back to normal. So I'm very happy for that. Okay. So my band is a little more short. It's not me. It's not my band. I didn't cut it well. I could have cut it wrong, but I'm going to have to really stretch it to fit my opening. So all I'm going to do is take in this seam some to make this opening smaller, because this band is the same diameter as this band, so I know it'll fit my arm. So I'm just going to take this in some so that I don't have to stretch it as much. And I'll do that on the other side too. Yeah, well, COVID symptoms have changed drastically from what they were when we had it the last time around. But COVID is still a version of the flu. So I feel like, but he had terrible headaches and didn't feel like eating. And he was running a fever for a while. So yeah, I'm just glad he's feeling better because he spoils me and he hasn't been able to do that while he's been sick. I tried to spoil him to make up for it, but sometimes that's easier said than done. Okay, yeah, that's much better. I'm still having to stretch it a little bit, but not nearly as much as I was. And I know that that'll help it fit in there better. Because if you have to stretch it too much, it's gonna be wrinkly right here. Um, and we don't want that. Don't want wrinkles. Um, you had the flu over Christmas. Yeah, that sucks. I hope y'all are feeling better now. The girls had to go, Chloe and Emily, they had to go to the doctor. I think it was the day after Christmas. Um, they both had upper respiratory infections, um, but they're feeling better now. They were better after about 3 days. So, hey, Holly. Hey, Brenda. I was thinking it would probably take me about an hour to make this live, and I was pretty much right. I spent several minutes in the beginning talking about all the things. So, Holly, what's the name of that new pattern that you just made? I saw your photos. I think it's a sophisticated crafts pattern. The Venture. Okay. I've been trying to decide if I need it. Foldable base and 2 cup holders. Ooh. But I'm kind of like Rhea. I have a bunch of patterns that I've bought that I've never made, so I really should probably make those first. I also said that I was going to start working on the unfinished objects that are on my table that have been cut out for like 6 months. And I still want to make a matching Bat Company wallet to go with my bag. I did see Nikki added SVGs to her pattern. I don't know when I saw that post, if it was yesterday or this morning. Download the update. Yeah. I need to get a rotary blade for my Cricut now that I have the newer one. I think it would work better for cutting vinyl. I cut vinyl with it when I made my chameleon bag. But I think it would do better if I had a rotary blade. Yeah. If you have the Maker 3, there's a rotary blade for it. I'm still learning all the features on the Maker because I had the Air, and I cut all of these Look Ma wallets for my show back in September with it, and it quit working like in the middle. And when I contacted Cricut, they couldn't help me, and they basically said there was nothing they could do for it, and it wasn't under warranty anymore. So, oh, I don't know why you want my strap pattern? Rhea told me I should publish a pattern, y'all. You still have the, yeah, well, I loved my Explorer Air, and when I got the Maker, I was like, ah. But I'm still learning about it. I mean, it still does all of the same things that my Air did. It just has different, like the settings are in a different place. Use the deep cut blade sometimes. Yeah, I have a deep cut blade. I've never thought about using that. So you hate Cricut and you pay for monthly access. 90% of the time. Okay. I'll have to try that then. Maybe that will be the change that I need, because I have a deep cut blade and that would save me from buying something. All right, now we have our cuffs on. We are ready for our bottom band, and we are finished. All right, so there are 2 pieces for our bottom band, and the seams, so we're going to put them right sides together, and we will sew the short edges, and that will be the side seam on our hoodie, where we match those up. And I made sure to cut my band to the smaller size, since I did grade my pattern down in the hips as well. So I started to bring the kittens out here with me. They were asleep in the cat tree in the window. I posted a video of them watching it snow the other day. They were so funny. I started bringing them out here, but I thought Marlena was out here, but she went out. So, okay. And Gage is off today, so Mango is probably piled up at Gage's house. That's so funny. Yeah, Nikki, I don't think you got to. Well, it was in the thumbnail for my live, the picture of the front of my shirt. Also, I was going to show y'all this a while ago, and I didn't. Um, but I bought my first pair of Crocs, and I got them on sale after Christmas, and they are the best thing ever. I'm in love with them. But they were originally like $75 or something, and I wouldn't buy them. And then Brittany messaged me and she was like, "Hey, they're having a sale. They're like 30% off or something." And then the day after Christmas, they marked them down. And then I got Emily a pair too. And then I had a coupon and I got free shipping. So, yeah, it ended up working out. I ended up getting everything that I got for probably what I would have paid if I had just bought these. So, I've never owned a pair of Crocs before for myself. So, I have to say they are pretty comfortable, especially these because they're fuzzy on the inside, which makes it even better because my feet stay cold. Okay, so all I did was turn that where those seams are together, and now we're wrong sides together, and then I'm clipping. Yeah, like true Crocs are expensive typically. Chloe loves them. And I found her a pair on like clearance at TJ Maxx, and they have like yellow and blue flowers on um like brown, but she wears them all the time. They're fuzzy for cold weather, but the toes are open. Yeah. Well, I've been totally rocking the socks with sandals look because I've been wearing them. They had like another Squishmallow Croc that was like the traditional style slide with the thing on the heel. That's what Emily got, and they're super cute as well. But I don't. Hers are not fuzzy. So, okay. So I'm going to match up my seams and find my centers of my band. If my fabric will stay together. There we go. And then when we clip it onto our hoodie, we'll match the side seams and then the centers and then ease the rest of it in. And if it ends up being that I have to stretch it a bunch like I did my sleeves, then I'll take the sides in a little more, but it should be fine. So I'm going to start with one side. Let's see. Oh, okay. There we go. I try to nest my seams, like on sides and stuff, so it doesn't make it super thick. Um, and then I'm gonna clip the center right here and then come over to the other side and match that up with that seam. And then get our other center. I pulled my serger closer to me because I felt like that last week my back was like pinched up right back here, and I thought it was because of the way I was reaching for the machine, so I pulled it closer. It's not as bad today. I still didn't go to the chiropractor. I should probably try to do that this week, but anyway, so this is matching up pretty much perfect. I'm not stretching it at all. So that's good. The only thing about Emily's is they just fit, and I wish I had gotten a bigger size. Like I got her a women's 6, and I wish I had went ahead, since they're the slides with the heel thing. I wish I had went ahead and got her a 7. I don't think they have a 6.5. Big footed thing. I'm like, I don't want to buy you another pair in 6 months. All right. We attach our band and we are done. Last little bit. Yay. All right. I'm ready for this. I'm going to have so many new hoodies in my stash. It's going to be great. Okay. There we go. All right. I'm going to slide y'all back and turn you just a little bit. Whee! And there we go. I use my fairy floss too. I was like, why not? It was either that or white, and fairy floss is so much more fun. There's our hoodie. I'm gonna lay this right here, and I think last time y'all could still hear me, so gravel in the floor. Hoodie. Yeah. So you know, that one is like butter. But see, here's my zip up. I've never put a zipper in a hoodie before. This was or in any clothing. This was my first time, and it came out great. And it zips all the way up, and it has a little zipper guard thing right there. It's so good. And I try not to zip my hair and binge my videos. And I lined it, so it's extra warm. Yeah, sweatshirt fleece. Amanda's Bundles has some, but then a couple of the custom groups have some too, because I got the sewing print on sweatshirt fleece that I still need to make something out of. I've been hoarding it because I don't want to cut into it. I'll see if I can find out what this one is actually called, because I got it at my Joann, but it was on clearance, like last chance clearance. So, but yeah, okay. I'm gonna go up. Maybe it'll stay. It's not too heavy, and then. Oh, I forget. Y'all may not have been able to hear me, but I went up and cow neck and there we go. So I tapered it down right here, like starting about right here and then in. And then, but the rest of it, the sleeves and everything are all large. And I probably could have got away with medium sleeves because I have pretty skinny arms, but I wanted it to, with it being this material, I want it to be, but I love the paws and everything. I was like, but yeah, because if I had went with an overall medium, like right here, this would have like been pulling like that a lot. So I didn't want to have all that. But yeah, and this band at the bottom, like the wrinkle right there, that'll even out as it stretches. But I like it. It's cute and it's soft. So clip this back up here. And the best part was I could sublimate on it. So I think I'm going to make myself some joggers to go with it. So I'll have like a match set, but then I kind of don't want to because it's not quite white. It's more like a cream color. Like, do I really need cream colored joggers? So anyway, so that is the end. Thanks for hanging out with me, y'all. And I did link the pattern in the description. And then I don't know which pattern I'm picking from for next Sunday, but I do have like 5 that I want to make. So, hey, Wendy, I made a hoodie. We just finished. It came out really cute. I like it. Nikki, I just picked 1 o'clock today because it seemed like a good time. I struggle on the days when the girls aren't here to do evenings, because by the time I go pick Emily up and come back, um, I don't have like a whole lot of time before she goes to bed. And sometimes if I go live for more than an hour, I miss putting her to bed. Um, but, oh, thanks, Nicole. So yeah, I don't know. Y'all tell me what time y'all think is best, because really I have on the on the weekends when the girls are here, it's pretty much open. I can pretty much do any time, but when I have to go pick Emily up, it sometimes throws a kink in there. Plus, I try not to cough into the mic. Oh my goodness. I try not to go live when everybody's like trying to eat dinner, but then I also realize I'm in a different time zone than most everybody. So anyway, thanks for everybody for hanging out, and I'll see you next week. And I don't have any plans to go live this week. We have the marathon on Saturday, so make sure you tune in for that. Everybody will be making something. First one of 2025. And then I'll probably be going live on Sunday afternoon again, as long as nothing comes up. So, everybody have a great week. Stay warm, and I'll see you then. Bye.